What's up, Taiwan? I'm Liao with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's Labor Ministry has amended a law to ensure that workers who miscarry during the first trimester shall receive their full attendance bonus. Employees who miscarry during this period often take sick leave instead of maternity leave. Employers can then subtract that from the workers' end-of-year attendance bonus. But under the revised law, these employees will still be entitled to the full bonus. Employers who violate the rule could be fined over $32,000 US. The amendment is due to take effect on May 3rd. A team in Taiwan's professional baseball league is asking fans not to hit its mascot. Wei Di is the mascot for the Oysters Dragons, one of Taiwan's professional baseball teams. If you know Taiwanese baseball, then you know games can get rowdy, and mascots are expected to carry a lot of that energy. They flip, they dance, they do it all. But what's not in their job description is dealing with aggression from fans. Recently, a fan assaulted Wei Di after a game, hitting him on the back of the head. Wei Di suffered some vertigo and vomiting, but they're otherwise fine. Even so, the Oysters Dragons have released a statement urging fans to play nice with their mascot. Mascots are a universally loved part of sports teams worldwide, and roughhousing with them might come from sports cultures from other countries. For example, Clutch, the mascot of the NBA's Houston Rockets, is known for being a troublemaker. He scares his teammates and isn't above slamming a sheet cake into a fan of the opposing team. Then you have the Philly fanatic who's known for doing things like this. Mascots are supposed to encourage fun, but sometimes at sporting events, it can be easy to take things too far. So as Wei Di will tell you, it's important to remember not to get too carried away. The southern city of Tainan is trying to bring more visitors to one of its historic sites. But preservation laws mean there's only so much it can do. As John Van Trieste reports, officials are putting their hopes in tech to expand the site's appeal.
It's a nationally listed historic site, a spot with 100 years of history that changed the way people lived. But while it's open to the public, there's no line to get in. This is the old waterworks in the southern city of Tainan. Built in 1912, it's more than just a piece of disused infrastructure. It's an important part of Taiwan's story. The site represents the island's 50 years under Japanese colonial rule and its journey into the modern age. There are stories to be told here, and Tainan's government hopes more people will come to hear them. And to do this job, it's turning to augmented reality. Local officials have installed 25 QR codes for visitors to scan, so they can see how the site looked in its prime and how the machinery worked. The site's caretakers are hopeful these codes will bring in more sightseers.
有名的烟囱基座呢，我们也是透过那个文资处他们的资料考究，来还原出原本12层楼高的烟囱的样子。透过这一次的 AR， 我们也可以看到快滤桶它原本是怎么运作的，自在的透过有趣的小互动或者是简单的介绍来理解水稻博物馆究竟在做些什么。
So far, the reaction from visitors has been positive.
感觉很棒啊，就是可以看到以前看不到的一些建筑物的样貌，然后可以多了解一些这些建筑物的一些功能啊或设施。
The hope is to engage the public, so this piece of Taiwan's heritage can get a wider appreciation. Devin Tsai and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Seafood culture is big in Taiwan, and so is concern about its disappearance because of pollution. An artist cared so much that he created a play based on his favorite seafood, oysters. What would the creatures say if they were able to express themselves? Our reporter Yu Jing Huang checks out the play, The Angry Oysters.
Pale figures slice open the theater's darkness, dragging their feet to solemn music amid oyster from poles. This opening scene of The Angry Oysters by one-player short ensemble almost looks like an elegy for the environment. It was first performed 10 years ago, but it's being restaged to keep the ongoing pollution problems before audiences. Playwright and actor Wei Junzhan was inspired by a trip to a fishing village in Taiwan's west coast. He was told by a vendor then that oysters, his favorite seafood, might no longer be safe to eat since factories were built around the area. so he wrote a contemporary fable to raise awareness of the environmental issue.
我们创造了一个魔幻的鹅啊的世界，然后让他们有自己的人际关系互动、权力关系，然后去影射出整个人类世界的各种，不管是金钱结构啊等等的各种决策。那同时，我们也会让整个人类的村庄被写实的扮演出来。对，但是呢，他们却活得如他们养的鹅啊一样生病。
The play portrays a critically thinking oyster that constantly questions its species' existence. It also presents a human world where villagers go on with their lives, facing an upcoming change with a sense of powerlessness. The human characters are all based on real people that the actors met in their field research. And every setting on stage is meant to bring viewers to the seaside villages of Western Taiwan. Be it seashells brought from its shore, or the unique accent spoken by its people.
我觉得剧场是一个非常感官经验的东西，所以我们希望是带观众在这个议题里面去感受一个感官的旅程，去感受一个可能即将消失的，或者是被边缘化的、不被重视的一种渔村的气味。然后我希望这些环境的东西，或者是污染的议题等等，是刻进身体的。
While hoping to give more attention to polluted fishing villages, people involved in the show don't think this should be their only effort.
我基本上不会去期待观众看完一出戏就改变他的人生。演出这件事情，它比较像是你丢了一个石头到池塘里，你不确定它有可能就咚咚，然后就沉没了。但不能仅止于此啦，就还必须做点别的事情。
10 years after the show first premiered, the overall problems around water pollution are only getting worse, pushing the ensemble to come up with more ways to voice their advocacy. Soon, this renewed version of The Angry Oysters will be turned into an educational project, with books and workshops for children, so the pressing issues around the environment can become more approachable for the next generation. Rick Yi and Eugene Huang for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's waters are teeming with all sorts of coral species, and it's currently their spawning season. But how coral spawn is still very much a mystery. To understand this better, researchers are studying the conditions necessary for them to reproduce. Eric Liao takes a look.
As if responding to some unspoken signal, coral begin to spawn in the waters off southern Taiwan. Somehow, without any way to communicate, the coral release gametes all at the same time. Scientists don't know the mechanism, but they can predict roughly when it'll happen.
Usually, they spawn from 5 nights to 8 nights after full moon in April, May, June in Green Island.
The current theory? Scientists think the synchronized spawning has a lot to do with differences in light levels with the full moon and the dark period that follows. Scientists are now seeing if they can recreate these conditions artificially.
就是做些模拟的光，在实验室里面去照这些珊瑚，再看看它们会不会产卵。
But light may not be the only factor. Researchers think microorganisms that live in the coral could also play a major role.
这个珊瑚在沟通的时候产生的这些化学物质，很有可能是它的共生菌协助它来制造的。
The waters around Taiwan are home to about 1/3 of the world's coral species. While this research project won't show results for another 5 years, scientists hope that their findings will help shed some light on the mysteries of the local coral's reproduction. Andy Schreier and Eric Liao for TaiwanPlus.
Lawmakers have passed new rules to protect Taiwan's agricultural property rights. The amendments ban the import and export of plant seedlings. Violators could be jailed for up to 3 years or fined up to $100,000 US. The move follows China's ban on Taiwan pineapple imports in 2021. The country then started its own production of a popular Taiwan-developed pineapple variety. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally today, we leave you with images of a tortoise pageant in Taiwan's southern city of Tainan. What will we think of next? I'm Liao. Take care and see you next time.